and this is about intervals on a grid or a treble clef or a bass clef. So what do we need to know? We need to be able to draw a note on a piano grid or a clef above or below a given note. The names and semitones of the 13 intervals in an octave. That's what else we need to know. So that was in the last one as well. So this here. The colours aren't so important, but you need to know this table. Alright? So what do we got here? This is from last year's VCAR exam, so this could be very similar to what you get next year. So it's asking for an augmented fourth below. So an augmented fourth, as it says here, is 6 half steps. So F sharp is 0 and we're going below, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could just draw a C here, or circle this here, I suppose, or maybe write C4 here. Or you could draw C on the treble clef. You'll get the same result, which is 1 mark. The next one is B flat is given in the bass clef and the piano grid, and you've got to go up a perfect fifth. So if you know this list, it's 7 steps. So we're going from B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to F. So if you put an F, if you write F3 here, or you write F on the bass clef, you'll get it correct. That one's pretty straightforward. It's only worth a couple of marks, but it's better than not getting those 2 marks in the test. So you just need to know your treble clef and your piano grid. Practice those intervals on the piano if you've got a piano. I think that would help as well. Or you could use online pianist. You could do it on here. You could practice your intervals just as well on there. Okay, so that must bring us to the next question. Question 4a. Circle the scale and or mode below that is played twice, ascending and or descending. Alright, so it's just the scale. So you need to know the scales you are tested on, the sounds of the scales you are tested on, and the categories, being able to categorize them. Let's do that. I think everyone should be able to do that. So this is for question 4a, scales. So the categories were major, minor, pentatonic, and blues. So the blues one is just the blues scale, and it is actually a minor blues scale. Pentatonic has just got 2, major and minor pentatonic. So the pentatonic, as within the name, have 5 separate notes. Blues has 6 separate notes. What do I say separate for? Because there are, for example, I'll draw an A blues scale. So it's A, C, D, E flat, E, G, and A. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes there, but there's only 6 different notes, isn't it? So the A is the tonic, so we don't need to count that twice. All right? So same as the pentatonic. This is a blues scale. This shows you as well that is a blues scale, but if we get rid of that middle note, that is a minor pentatonic. Let me show you a major pentatonic from here, just for interest's sake. F sharp. A. There you go. So it's got 5 separate notes. We don't include the A. Okay? That's just a reboot of the tonic. Alright, so we don't include that one when we're saying it's a 5-note scale. Alright, so let's try and get the rest of them. So major type, minor type. So, and these are all the 7-note scales. So these are 7-note scales. meaning they have 7 different notes, 7 separate notes. Okay. All right, so the major scale is obviously a major scale. We can also call that Ionian. Natural minor or Aeolian is a minor. If we remember our other modes, a Mixolydian is a major scale. Try and think of another mode. Hopefully you were thinking of Dorian. Dorian is like an Aeolian, but it's slightly different. And I think there's one more, Phrygian. Now Phrygian is also a bit like Aeolian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure if there's any more. I can't think of any more. So I think that might be it for scales, unless I'm mistaken. I'm going off the top of my head, obviously. Why don't we go to the study design? If you're ever unsure, track down the study design, I say. It could be, let's see. So we've got to go all the way down to our bit, which is the contemporary music. So just remember, if you're looking things up, make sure you're on the contemporary pages. There we are on the contemporary pages. And what does it say here? For responding, it says major, Aeolian, major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, Mixolydian, Dorian, Phrygian, blues. Yes, that's it. We've got them all. So there's 2 major types, 3 minor types, 2 pentatonics, and a blues. So you must be able to do that, I think, to be confident with that. Let's go back to our 2025. What number question was it? Question 4. Let's try question 4.
You will now have 15 seconds to read question 4. Question 4A1. First playing. Question 4A1, second and final playing.
Okay, so using this list, hopefully you can hear that that was a pentatonic scale, and then you're down to 2 choices. So did it start like the major, or did it start? I believe it was the second one, wasn't it? Let's wait for it, sorry.
Question 4A1, first playing.
Yep. So the piano at school is out of tune. I've mentioned this before. It's pretty obvious when you play it against an in-tune note. Okay, so that is the importance of knowing this. Without this, I think you'll struggle. So you do need to know that there's 2 types of majors, 3 types of minors, 2 pentatonics, and a blues. So go through all the past exams and do that question. Well, we will come to that soon. I think we have to do that in the digital text, but why don't you do it now? I've sent out the exams before. I'll do it again. And why don't you have a go at that? All right, so continuing on. 4B. So same deal. I believe this was a similar question. So yeah, they were all. So one was multiple choice and one was not multiple choice. So 4A had 3 multiple choice questions and 4B had no multiple choice, the same question. So what is this scale? Just played orally. And as I've said in class, we have to start getting used to them going backwards, descending. That is much more challenging, I think. So that is question 4.